I'm freaking out. You can't help anyone anymore. Those people, they just want to completely destroy themselves. You can tell me whatever you want. They don't even want to govern anymore. They actually want the AFD to get an absolute majority so they can finally be freed from all this chaos. What happened this afternoon is something you can't even explain to any normal, reasonable person anymore. The CDU and the SPD are destroying each other in the Bundestag, and Bärbel Bass is pouring even more, well, turpentine on the fire that she's actually supposed to put out. I'd say let's take a look at it, and if you'd like to support this channel, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription.
And we want to show our true colors and also stand up against this so-called bland uniformity, or I'd even call it brown shirt politics. Even if some people might long for that, but that's just not the way it is anymore, and that's a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. It can only succeed if diversity is actually part of everyday life.
It's getting worse from clip to clip now. That's just campaigning for the AFD. Nobody can tell me otherwise. By now, 80% of people reject this and don't want it anymore. They don't want diversity in Germany anymore. Maybe it's 70%. And to stand there and say that, she knows these clips go viral right away. And now listen to what she has to say. And then it's over for Bärbel Bass. I swear to you, I've still got something really big up my sleeve, something really good in the pipeline. That tops pretty much everything. Add to that, we need the people
who come here. Also as skilled workers, yes, but we also need them for the diversity in our society. People who come to us also as skilled workers, yes, but we also need them for the diversity in our society. That is just as important because many industries are also short of skilled workers.
Wait, before I get to that, here's what we urgently need here and what's happened yet again. I mean, did you actually know that this one guy from the Goman clan, he was in prison in Euskirchen, you know? The guards just thought, hey, with a good bribe, let's just let him out. And then he gets caught speeding with a wooden cross. We need people like that. We need people like that here. She just stands there for real. Nobody claps. Nobody says anything. Dead silence. I watched the speech. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely. Dead silence. Nobody wants to listen to this woman anymore. And at the same time, well, things are really heating up in the Bundestag right now. But first, let's take a quick look at the clip. What Bärbel Bass actually wants here in Germany.
In the Berlin district of Kreuzberg, two shooters opened fire on a car yesterday. In the car, there were four members of the notorious Remo clan.
The Remo Goman, well, I better not say my opinion about that. You know, otherwise I'll get another visit here. No, let's leave it at that. By the way, a bombshell poll, and that's something that some press reports have now confirmed for us. In Saxony, not even the retirees are willing to vote for the CDU anymore because they feel threatened. Among other things, by the pension, by child benefits. I even made a video about that this morning. And then today I received two newspaper articles, one from Junge Freiheit and Freidenken. They conducted a huge survey in Saxony. Not even the pensioners are willing to vote for Kretschmann anymore because they feel betrayed. And, well, poll numbers at 42%. This morning I couldn't have known that things have already gone this far in Saxony, and we'll wait and see until West Germany gets to that point as well. May I briefly pull back the curtain again for...
Next year, cuts to parental allowance will also be considered. Speaking to Welt, the CDU politician now says she will stick to what the coalition committee has decided.
Watch out, high drama in the CDU. The Junge Union is absolutely beside themselves. They're holding something in. Yes, but we have to do something. Nothing else works with the SPD. Look, the coalition agreement doesn't say that they want to make cuts there. No, they actually wanted to give more money to young parents. But I mean, the demographic change, you know, the ones who are really eager to work here are usually Germans or people who come here. And because of that, yeah, I'm really excited to come to Germany. And now, hold on tight. Do you think these people will have more children if they get less money for it? I don't think so. If there are more sanctions, less money, young couples or young families, I'm not part of that group anymore. Mine are already a bit older, but I definitely would have been. Back then, I definitely would have thought twice if my wife hadn't received so much parental allowance and had stayed at home because of it. just in the back of my mind. And I really have to say, great idea. And the coalition blow up won't be long in coming again. 3, 2, 1.
Go. The budget situation has changed quite a bit, and the tones you hear from the individual factions are very mixed. On the one hand, there's CDU General Secretary Carsten Linnemann, who said that parental allowance should not be touched.
Yes, and the Young Union is already up in arms against their own party again, saying, hey, this isn't possible, this is our future, forget about that nonsense right away. Hey, where do they actually want to save money anyway? I mean, the Chancellor has now become the foreign policy Chancellor again. He spoke up today, but I won't even show you that. Ukraine is now supposed to get a special version for the EU, and now all the other EU countries are up in arms and saying, is he out of his mind? What is that even supposed to be? CDU and SPD are destroying themselves. Didn't he just say recently that I'm not allowed to kill the CDU? But I mean, hey, I have something great for you, something good for you. By the way, this was also on Markus Lanz yesterday, and I really had to laugh at that too. Listen in for a moment.
Impacts in our state parliament.
You scare our citizens. That's not happening at all. You create fear. You scare me.
With your political talk, your speeches, your rhetoric that simply drives us into a war.
That's chilling.
No, that's not true. Ukrainians' lives, let me tell you, Mr. Kiesewetter, this war is now in its 5th year.
Don't be happy about it.
And now you are really beside yourself. Hundreds of thousands of Russians and young Ukrainians have lost their lives.
What do Olaf Scholz, the war in Ukraine, and this idiotic reform all have in common? Nothing is moving forward anywhere, and it simply destroys the government. Does anyone here still believe that they're going to push through this idiotic reform? Hey, they couldn't even manage it with the tobacco tax. Not even the tobacco one. I'm a smoker myself, yeah. They couldn't even get the tobacco tax through because they're too stupid and incompetent to get anything done at all. Otherwise, there would have long been a Gerhard Schroeder who would be in Russia negotiating. But, that would go too far now. But hey, don't yell at me. Hey, you're scaring people. This government is scaring people. However, those people who are getting scared now have a choice. And the next state elections are coming up. And just take a look at this magnificent picture. Wonderful, isn't it? When voters are breaking away. And Soda, he's coming around the corner now too, because today he gave a statement to Welt. The fight against the AfD seems to be turning out more difficult than we initially thought. Man, you've been cut in half. You're down to half of what you wanted. At the same time, since 2018, you've more than doubled the AfD. I don't think this will drag on much longer. But I think you've made major mistakes in your plan, because what you're doing right now is pure AfD election advertising. Nothing else. Citizens generally dislike having more money taken from them. Telling citizens that Ukraine needs all kinds of money and now should also join the EU, while every German out there knows that Germany is the main net contributor. That's not a good system either. So that's perfect election advertising. We have a long weekend ahead of us.